Hey, this is Andreas from Pocketables.com. In this video I'm going to show you a few things that you can do with the Airstah wireless SD card reader, which I have in my hand right now. So I'm going to turn this thing on, just put it to the side, go into settings and switch from my home Wi-Fi network to the one that the Airstah is generating. And now I have two basic ways to access the content, actually three, but two that are official, to put it like that. It's the Airstah app and just a bookmark to the HTML5 app. So this is the app that you can download. It's basically identical to the HTML5 version, but you do have some settings like security settings and the ability to upload photos. I did put a few things on the card just to demonstrate. I have a converted video that is natively supported by the OS, and I have a Xvid video that is not supported by the OS but can be read by third-party video playback applications. And I have some music, so let's just take a look at that first. So you have just a very basic music playback interface, nothing really fancy at all. It doesn't import into the iTunes library on your iPad or anything like that, but it does allow you to play the files on the device. As for the converted video, it plays just fine, and you can go full screen, and basically all you need as far as video playback is concerned. The Xvid video, however, it just starts to download it because it doesn't know what to do with it. And as I said, you can upload photos, stuff like that. If I go back and into the HTML5 app, this is actually a website. But it's not stored on the internet, it's stored on the Airstah. But because the iPad is now connected to the Airstah using a Wi-Fi network, it doesn't know the difference. So if you go to airstah.net while connected to an Airstah, this is the sort of interface that you get. And you do actually have security settings here as well, playlist, but you don't have the ability to upload photos, so that's a big difference. Basically everything works the same. It doesn't know what to do with the Xvid. Music plays fine, just as it would in the browser if you access any content online, and also the same with the converted video. So if you do want to play the Xvid video, you have to access the Airstah in normal HTML mode, not HTML5. And the way you do it is that you go to airstah.net/files instead of just airstah.net, and then you get a list of all the files and folders. And you can do one thing that you can't do in the HTML5 app or the native app, is that you can hold and copy. That basically just copies the URL to the file. And I can go back and into bus player, which can play file from URLs. Just paste the URL into that, and it plays the Xvid video from the Airstah. So that's a way to not have to convert all the video, and basically that's the way I do it because I don't care about converting video. It takes way too long.
It's a piece of Apollo 13 heat shield.
Takes a bit to catch up, but once it does, it's in sync. So yeah, it's just me pausing and resuming and all that stuff. That's messing it up. So that's the streaming part of it, but you can actually also upload files, which is the third and sort of unofficial way to access content, which is using the WebDAV functionality. They just added it. It's sort of like a beta. It doesn't work perfectly, and it's not sort of officially condoned, or they do have some apps that they tell you that you can use, such as the official Apple Office apps like Keynote and stuff, just to save files. But you can actually upload basically any file you want using iFiler. So what I did was I used the WebDAV functionality to add the Airstah, and I didn't add the root folder, I added the Garmin folder, which is where I store JPEG files. So that's why on a few of the files show up. This is actually inside a folder because I added that folder as the root folder. So yeah, so just accessing files like this. You can also go back and home, that's the files on the device. I can go into other apps that allow you to export files and move those files into iFiler, and then I can click edit, select the file, upload, Airstah, root folder, then it's uploading and it just copied the zip file to the memory card. So that's useful for well, I mentioned a few things you can do with that functionality in the review, so just go look at that. The WebDAV functionality doesn't work with all WebDAV apps yet, and it does have some bugs. For instance, you have to have a file present in the folder that you're connecting to. If I go into the settings, you can see that I used airstah.net as the server, and then I put initial path to Garmin/GPX, and that's the reason why it didn't connect to the root folder. So yeah, it didn't save for some reason, but well, as I said, it does have some bugs, but it doesn't work. So it's very useful for uploading files and big files if you need to download them and stuff like that. So that's the WebDAV functionality. So you basically have streaming, officially supported music, photos, and converted video. You can use, as I showed you, unconverted video, and you can also upload files. So that's it for the Airstah. Make sure to check out the full review at nothingbutablets.com, and thank you for watching.